guys, a man that John Cena copied his haircut from.
Look at the top of his head.
Guys, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Raw Spoilers. Guys, we have a big show for you today because I did see parts of Raw in preparation for seeing this show. And all I gotta say is really this.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Yeah, Raw wasn't really that good, to be honest. And quite frankly, it was quite awkward at the start. Because I assume, because ladies and gentlemen, Raw has a lot of things that they could do here. They could have like a massive, good opening, a great opening, and then people could get involved in it, right? But instead, they decided to do a tribute to Mean Gene. And then immediately after that, which was really awkward, I know some people thought it wasn't awkward. Personally, I thought it was awkward. You got Bobby Lashley versus Seth Rollins, right? So then these two are like, ooh, 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 like this here the entire time. And also, this is one of the things that I don't like about the current show. You have 50 wrestlers holding two men back and not one of them can hold the two of them back. Like, is that like what we're saying, that these wrestlers are weak? That's what I don't like about these kind of like, like they try and do this constantly. Where like Raw, like, oh, we're gonna make a change, let's do it, let's do a brawl. Yep, that's what the people want to see, a brawl, because we've seen that about 100 goddamn times. I'm sick of these brawls. Not a fan of the brawls. Like, see these kind of, ooh, Bobby, ooh, like,
Okay, let's go.
Stop that, okay? It's not funny. It's not funny. So yeah, let's get into the results right now. Let's get into it. So this is your Raw on January 7th, 2019. The first Raw really of 2019. So let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley cannot be separated. As I previously stated during the show, they tried to like separate them. It was weird. Because you had the tribute, and then immediately, as soon as you cut that, you thought you were going to get, like, the bell toll or whatever. Some people said that they did it on NXT. I get that, but it's just really weird. I personally thought it was weird. I seen someone, like, write about it before I seen the show, and I thought, it's probably not that weird. Because usually I don't really listen to other people. But I actually seen it myself, and I did personally think it was kind of weird. But it is what it is. But the brawl itself was terrible. Like, people are, like, praising this brawl and opening of Raw. Guys, like, at the end of the day, every time Raw is back against the fence, they know that the ratings are down. Hey, guys, let's do a brawl. Like, no, like, just dissect proper rivalries. Now, they're saying, oh, Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley is a proper rivalry. Personally, I'm not excited to see these two wrestle. I thought they faced each other before as well. And isn't Seth Rollins against Dean Ambrose? Like, by the way, there's a match between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins in this match, which is not, I didn't personally like it as well. We've seen it like 100 times. But like Seth versus Bobby Lashley, it all goes back to the same thing. It's the same thing. Like, Seth Rollins says something to Bobby Lashley doesn't like it. Oh yeah, bye Dean, see you later Dean. The transaction of a feud just doesn't really work that well. And I don't think he should be even associated with Dean Ambrose at all, in my humble opinion. But yeah, so they get separated. Then one of, the man that likes to copy my haircut, Big Johnny Cena came, so let's get into him. John Cena comes in with a green t-shirt. Sound familiar?
Stop copying me!
So once again, John Cena has ruined the color green and has now ruined my haircut. So John Cena comes down and is one of the second worst promos of the night. Everyone has been praising John Cena lately. I've seen on Twitter, oh, I'm so glad Cena's back. Cena was god-awful in this show. And I'm not just saying that because I don't like Cena. He's really bad. Like, he was really visibly bad. He hasn't changed. The only thing he's changed is his appearance and his haircut. That's it. Other than that, his promo's the same. Hi, everyone! And everyone's booing him. Like, no one's happy to see this man. And everyone's booing him. He's like, likes you, Cena. No one likes you. Like, and Cena, it's the same old thing. Like, he pulls his face all the time and he puts the microphone and goes. It's like, stop that! Why? What's wrong with you? You're supposed to talk. So then he goes, I'm fired up for Monday Night Raw. I really hate wrestlers that do that. It is so awful. And then he starts cutting the promo. And then Drew McIntyre comes down. Which, by the way, Drew, at the start, I was like, and then Cena, Drew McIntyre actually cut a legitimate promo against Cena. He actually owned him and talked about his haircut. And Cena didn't like that, because Cena does not like to get embarrassed. So he interrupted Drew McIntyre, which looked quite awkward. And Drew McIntyre was like, oh, I'm going to have to praise him so I can keep my job. You are the best, John Cena. I think that's what actually happened. Like, you are the best. And then whenever he said, you are the best, Cena didn't sell it. Cena was like, so what's your point, huh? What are you here for, huh? Like, why are you here, Cena? Weren't you supposed to be on SmackDown or something? Like, go away. Like, go away. I don't like Cena, really. He hasn't changed. Everyone, for some weird reason, is marking out for Cena these days. Cena is just terrible. He still is absolutely awful. And he's the real reason why this company has gone down the drain. They put stock into this guy for about 10 years, and he's done absolutely nothing. I grant that he's done a lot of good things for charity, I will say that, but in terms of his wrestling ability, in terms of his promos, and in terms of everything else that he's done, he has done absolutely nothing for this company. Like, he's literally a meme. The You Can't See Me Now is a meme. He's not that. His promo was terrible. Then, Cena did actually pretty well, a little bit in the promo. That's why he's only the second worst guy to do a promo on this show. I will get to the worst promo. Believe me, I think you know what I mean by this. But then Cena was just like, hey, you guys cut the same promo every day on the roster, so I had to leave and let you guys, because you kept talking about the same thing. Cena, it's the same promo you do for many years. Most of these stars are basing the promos after what you've been doing. It was funny to say about Cena, like saying that, oh, everyone does the same promo on Raw and stuff, and I get that, but like, Cena, you do the same thing. It's the same old huh, yeah, kid, yeah, children. Like, what is that? Can he stop doing that? Anyway, what else did he say here? Oh yeah, so then them two are talking. Drew McIntyre goes, I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm gonna beat you like a Love Dixie cutter. And then so he comes down the ring, right? And then this happened. Like, it was terrible at the start of the show, but then after Cena and Drew McIntyre did their promo, your man, some little guy, and Bobby Lashley's like, we want lawyers, blah blah blah. And then Seth Rollins then jumped Bobby Lashley, and I went, oh, here we go, tag team. Oh, Dean Ambrose is there. Oh, Finn Balor. Oh no, boring 3-man fucking tag match. Here we come. And it was I didn't particularly like it, to be honest. It was a boring 6-man tag match. I hate 6-man tag matches. I hate tag matches. I actually actively skip tag matches now because they add no purpose to the show. Also, on the subject of promos throughout this entire show, everyone kept pausing. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, John Cena was like, how's everyone doing? I'm happy to be on Monday Night Raw. Drew McIntyre, you're a nobody. And I have a theory behind this. I think the reason why the promos are so boring is because Vince McMahon wants to stretch this show out for 3 hours. So rather than talking like a coherent person, and we'll get to the Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman promo. Jesus, that's the worst offender. But these wrestlers are like pausing for 5 seconds, and they're not talking like human beings. I have a theory to think that they're actually taught to actually pause so that it drags the show on longer and it adds nothing to promo ability. But anyway, let's get on with the next segment. By the way, 6-man tag match was terrible, absolutely awful. I even forget who won. Who the fuck won? Yes, Rollins and Cena and Balor defeated Ambrose, McIntyre, and Lashley. This was a 35-minute segment, and it was just awful. Absolutely awful, absolutely terrible. Moving on, Triple H is backstage with Seth Rollins, and Triple H goes, "Are you ready? Are you ready, Seth?" And Seth wants, "I want Dean Ambrose. I want him, yeah." And it's the most homoerotic thing that I've ever seen in my life. They briefly laugh during the promo. The two of them actually briefly break. Because a lot of people didn't see that. I saw it because I've been watching a lot of Buddhist Hotline. By the way, Jonathan Hill's for president for 2020. But yeah, like they actually broke character a little bit. Cause I went, because I knew this was stupid. But it was just, it was a terrible segment. On to something a little bit more positive on the show. The Hulk Hogan Mean Gene segment. Right, so some people were bashing the crap out of this. Especially Bleacher Report. They said the video package was a nice celebration of Mean Gene and his effect on so many. However, Hogan did not add anything to this beyond taking some of the spotlight away from his friend. No, I completely disagree with you. Mean Gene and Hulk Hogan were very, very similar, in ways like their path, because Mean Gene obviously was a direct influence for Hulk Hogan. Whenever Hulk Hogan was feuding with people in the Golden Era, Mean Gene would actually work off Hulk Hogan quite a lot, and even, like, what's Hulk Hogan supposed to say? Like, you know, and everyone said, oh, he's taking the spotlight. Hulk Hogan didn't really talk about himself at all. He just talked about Mean Gene, which I thought was a really nice package. I thought it served its purpose. I think if they did, like, if they overdid it, then okay, yeah, they're taking advantage of this situation. But a package and Hulk Hogan talking was literally all they needed. All this kind of like, oh, Hulk Hogan took the spotlight away from Mean Gene. Hulk Hogan is Hulk Hogan, okay? And I think that there was no other better person to talk about Mean Gene than Hulk Hogan. And it's these kind of indie bullshitters, which, by the way, some of the indie people were right about one thing. I'll talk about that with the Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman thing. But in terms of the anti-smarts, they are correct in this. The Hulk Hogan was completely in the right. I think he did an excellent job, what he did with Mean Gene, and I felt that it served his purpose. And fuck anyone else that are turning around, like Bleacher Report turning around saying that Hulk Hogan took the spotlight. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it just goes to show you that they have ulterior motives, and it's absolutely ridiculous. We then had Lumberjack Raw Tag Team Championships, Bobby Roode and Chad Gable versus The Revival. You know what I think about this?
Who the hell cares?
Moving on, we had a package for NXT Stars, and there is one person in this that I actually want to talk about, because, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to shock you. I'm actually going to say something very good about Raw, and an actual wrestler that I'm actually looking forward to in NXT.
Whoa, what? Guys, don't be like my friend here who didn't do anything. Not doing anything is part of the problem.
That's right, there was someone in the NXT package that I actually liked. I know you're shocked. You're like, Jerry, are you high? Have you been drinking? Have you gone and seen? No, I haven't. Stop asking me that. I am looking forward to a person called Lacey Evans. And I want to talk briefly about Lacey Evans because for the first time in a long time, I have actually seen a wrestler with actual character, and a character that I actually like. Her character is quite simple. She's like this 1930s girl, like, you know, the whole kind of posters that they had in the 1930s and 40s, you know, during the war. And she actually has character. And for the promo, I haven't seen any of her matches, but during the promo that I seen that they put on Raw, I'm actually looking forward to seeing her. And I hope that she actually does very well. I hope she's not immersed with dumbass Sasha Banks and Bailey and all that there, because there's only one Bailey I like, and that's Bailey's, the alcoholic drink. But ladies and gentlemen, Lacey Evans, I'm actually looking forward to Raw, and I actually hope that she does pretty well, because right now, she is the only woman, you know, maybe Ronda Rousey, a little bit, actually like Ronda, but apart from her and Charlotte, there's no women that has actual character on the show. Maybe Becky as well, but other than that, Lacey Evans actually has a genuine character that I actually might be supporting on Raw. So there we go. Jerry's setting something positive on Raw right now. The next match was Elias versus Baron Corbin.
Boring.
And let's get into one of the main problems I have with this show. And buckle in, ladies and gentlemen, because this, in my opinion, was the worst promo that I've seen on Raw for a very long time. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman, like, were backstage, aka on a Google Hangout, and Braun Strowman was in the ring. He looked very awkward, I'm not gonna lie. But the problem is that it wasn't really Braun Strowman's fault. And the reason why I say that is because Braun Strowman was doing a promo. But I will say the term, what was the term he used? These fucking notes here. Yeah, he used the term Beastie Boy. For anyone that didn't watch Raw, he legitimately called Brock Lesnar Beastie Boy. So you can see where the problem starts. Now you might think, well, Jerry, that's bad enough. I mean, it can't get any worse. It got worse. Paul Heyman stopped talking, and Brock Lesnar stood there like this. So there was, I'm not even joking, 4-minute pauses between talking. So Brock wouldn't talk. He wouldn't talk at all. Like, do something. Mate, you're getting paid a shit ton. Just say something. Braun Strowman tried to carry the promo. He's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, huh? And then Lesnar went, is that it? Like a stupid laugh. There's nothing scarier than Brock Lesnar laughing. Oh, is that it? And I think, like, Paul Heyman said, I think you should talk or something. I'm not 100% sure. And there was just silence. Literal silence throughout this entire promo. It was the worst promo I've seen on Raw in a long ass time. It was really bad. Then Brock Lesnar walks down, doesn't do anything, and that's it. After taunting his rival, Universal Champion changed his mind and headed down the arena. He circled the ring, laughed, and walked away. He walked away. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, that's why Brock Lesnar should be champion. I really hope he loses the belt, because there's one man that deserves to lose the belt is Brock Lesnar. I do not like Brock anymore. Absolutely idiot. Quick fire round. Apollo Crews and Amber Moon versus Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. Absolutely boring. Don't really give a crap. Ronda Rousey challenged Sasha Banks on Moment of Bliss. Banks versus Nia Jax. Absolutely boring. Nia Jax should really be let go, but sure, what can you do? And I didn't like it. Bleacher Report gave us an A. I personally thought it was boring. And I think Sasha Banks does not deserve a #1 contendership. I think that they should have given a #1 contendership for an upcoming NXT talent so that we can invest in. Some of the current women that they have in this women's revolution, apart from Ronda Rousey, I like Alexa Bliss. I will admit that. I do like Alexa Bliss, but she's at action at this point. maybe Becky Lynch. Yeah, Becky Lynch. And that other girl I was talking about in NXT. They're the only ones that I really care about in the women's division. I don't care about Sasha Banks. I don't care about Nia Jax. I don't care about any of these women. They're just like, we're women. Yeah, hooray. It's fucking fantastic, love. Right, so anyway, yeah, that was absolutely awful. Falls Count Anywhere. This is the final match. Falls Count Anywhere Intercontinental Championship match. Bleacher Report gave it a B. I didn't really care about it because we've seen Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins face each other more times than I've had a Chinese. Absolutely terrible. And this was apparently the main event that was outshone for their TLC ladders match. The two were physical apparently. Honestly, I skipped it. I was bored out of my mind. Right, so let's get into it, right? So, was this show good? Was the show good? Was it good? Was it good? Was it good? Personally, it was better than last week, and it was better than the week before, but there is some major improvements. Stop the brawls, these kind of weird brawls that yous are doing. Stop that. Stop the whole kind of, like, pointless promos. Stop the pauses in promos. I'm giving this a 4 out of 10, below average. Honestly, things to kind of look out for, I'll go through. If you guys want to see it, skip the opening, it was terrible. Skip the John Cena thing. You want to see him talk, it's just the same thing. Watch the Hulk Hogan promo about Mean Gene. That was pretty good. Skip the Lumberjack match. Skip the Corbin thing. Just watch the Brock Lesnar Braun Strowman promo to see how bad it was. Amber Moon and Cruz, and yeah, skip that. And skip the Moment of Bliss. And skip the Falls Count Anywhere. Just watch Hulk Hogan. Really, because Hulk Hogan is legitimately the only good thing on this show. There you go. If you watched this far, guys, please put a like and comment in the video below.
So smash that like button and subscribe if you actually...
If you're watching this on Premiere, I premiere this this video as well for you guys to check out. We've gained over nearly 100 subscribers over the last few days, and it looks like we're pretty much edging towards the 5,000 mark. So we're very close. I really hope by the summer we get 5,000. That's my goal, to get 5,000 and maybe 6,000 by the end of this year. Hopefully, fingers crossed. It would be nice to get 6,000 by the end of this year. And then we can maybe move on to 10,000 next year. But I am uploading regularly again on YouTube. I'm actually enjoying being back on YouTube as well. So there we go. So thank you so much for watching. Guys, this is General Jerry on the General Jerry channel, signing out. SmackDown spoilers tomorrow, folks.